Every year, electricity delivery companies bid for capacity, with the Mid-Continent Independent System Operator, or MISO, grid operator. The auction sets the downstate Illinois rates based on the season. And this summer, an Ameren spokesperson says there wasn't enough electricity generation to meet peak demand, sending rates sky high.
They don't like them.
Congressman Raja Krishnamurthy serves the Northwest Chicago suburbs and is running for Senate. He sent a letter to the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Energy Tuesday, sounding the alarm about rising energy costs.
The demand is going up as data centers are getting established all over Illinois.
There are at least 150 data centers across the state right now, but only a handful are outside Chicago and its suburbs. They're served by ComEd, which uses a different grid than Ameren and Mid-American. But Ameren says data centers still contribute to heightened demand. Krishnamurthy says canceled wind and solar projects are also to blame,
Which were about to come online and are no longer coming online, which would have provided vital supplies of energy at a time when we could use them.
He says it comes from the One Big Beautiful Bill Act ending renewable energy grants and incentives early. Ameren says these federal actions haven't impacted this year's prices, but long-term effects of less renewable energy are possible and something the company is concerned about.
Through repeal of the tax credits that support these projects, we are basically hampering our ability to bring lower cost power to Americans.
Ameren says rates will go back down to about 8 cents per kilowatt hour starting in October as seasonal demand relaxes. But Ameren and ComEd customers have the option to choose a different electricity supplier still delivered by their main utility company. Those suppliers offer fixed rates for a set time period, sometimes at a lower cost. Ameren says it also contributed an extra $4 million for the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, or LIHEAP, to compensate for higher summer rates.
So, Maddie, the other question now is, because a lot of our viewers are served by Mid-American, are they seeing the same impact?
No, John, they're actually able to avoid a lot of those rate increases that happened over the summer. Now, they actually saw a 14% decrease in rates over last year. Now, unlike Ameren and ComEd, Mid-American generates a lot of its own electricity, and its rates are regulated by state agencies.
So let's talk about some of the other issues that are affecting Illinois rates.
Right. So if you remember, in 2021, Illinois passed the Climate and Equitable Jobs Act. Now, that requires some coal-fired plants to close down or give off zero emissions by 2030, and the rest of them have until 2045. Now, we've already seen 4 plants close. That was back in 2022, and a further 3 plants are scheduled to shut down by 2027.
All right, a lot of good information there, Maddie. Thank you.